Bike snatchers, robberies and street crime. According to the latest police figures, more than 3,500 incidents of theft are reported every day in the UK.
The bike had gone, and I was absolutely gutted.
But what happens to our belongings when they're stolen? Thief trackers shows who takes them and where they go, hiding trackers inside items like cameras, smartphones and bicycles. To trace their every move, the thieves think they've got away with it, but we've got them under surveillance. Using undercover footage, CCTV and tracking technology, we'll get an insight into the criminal mind and uncover the unseen journey that our possessions take when they're stolen. It doesn't matter how rich, poor or famous you are, criminals will steal from anyone, anywhere, at any time. Usually when you feel at your safest, at home or at work, which is what happened to actor Tom Chambers. Tom has been a regular face on British TV for many years, most recognisable from his role as hospital registrar Sam Strachan in Holby City.
I never had you down for a liar and a coward. She rang you 20 times. Was that not a clue that something was up?
Didn't ring me 20 times.
Oh, so she's lying.
14 times.
14 times? Is that what it's going to be like for Grace? You know, sink or swim and sod the consequences?
Aside from acting, one of Tom's passions is his motorbike.
So I've always been a bike lover, really. When I was age 6, grew up on an old farm in Derbyshire and loved bikes. So I ride my bike pretty much every day. I do use it really as a workhorse. It is my get to work when you know you've got a guarantee to be somewhere on time. So since 1999 until 2009, I had a moped. And it was actually pinched a couple of times. Then I moved out of London, and that wasn't going to really work on the motorway. So I got a big bike, lovely bike, Triumph Street Triple. When you have something stolen, you do really lose the value. And it might be your love and joy, your pride. It's more about the emotional attachment you have to the bike. And the other is the fact that you never get a full payout. So I thought I'd like to try a tracker.
To protect his £5,500 bike, he turned to one of the longest established tracking companies out there.
I actually bought the company in 2004, and it was around about that time that we started to really get into vehicle tracking. We've got an in-house R&D facility. We actually design the products here, and we manufacture the products here in the UK. We would regard ourselves as one of the market leaders, if not world leaders, in this technology. A motorbike really is very stealable. The Yamaha R1, Ducati Panigale, Triumph Street Triple, which in actual fact is the motorcycle that one of our celebrity clients, Tom Chambers, rides. You know, these are things that have quite high value, a lot of appeal, easy to move on either for parts or as a whole.
And having fitted a tracker, Tom was impressed just how easy it was to operate.
If your bike starts to move, just move very slightly. You get a text on your phone saying your bike's moving. It's immediate. It's within seconds.
And his decision to fit a tracker proved invaluable when he transferred his acting talents to the stage, treading the boards in the West End, starring in the Olivier Award-winning adaptation of Irving Berlin's Top Hat.
I had 2 shows to do in London. I got on my bike, rode into town, and I had got lazy. I'd got into the habit of not locking the bike up. I had a really huge chain. It's one of these chains that you cannot bolt cut. I could park it right outside the stage door. And there's a camera as well. Anyway, what do? You're at work every day and you think, oh, I can't be bothered to spend 20 seconds just getting the lock and locking it up. So I do the matinee. I get a text saying that your bike's moving. And I thought, I'll just check. Went outside and the bike had gone. And I was absolutely gutted, your heart suddenly in your throat. But then I heard it, because it was literally just there. My knee-jerk reaction was to chase after it. I ran down the road after the bike, and then I suddenly thought, this isn't going to work. He was just gone, that was like that. And then, of course, your heart is in your throat and your stomach's turning like there is, you know, 5.5 grand being driven off down the road. I did literally think, please let it work properly.
But with a tracker on his bike, Tom could track the GPS signal via an app on his phone.
Anyway, I immediately got onto my phone and you can log in and then you can see exactly where it is. And so I phoned the police. I say, my bike's just been stolen, but I know exactly where it is. And then you do phone the tracking company so that they themselves can monitor it. By the time the police arrive at the Aldwych Theatre, it stopped moving.
About 4.5 miles to Girdlestone Way. It finally came to rest. You know, we were then talking to the police.
And by which time I had to get ready for the evening performance. And luckily one of the crew had a bike licence and all that, and so he said, I'll go with the policeman and hopefully go and retrieve your bike. When they got to within the area that it was saying, it wasn't on the road, so they did have to walk around the back of some housing.
Using Street View, we were able to talk the guys into exactly where it was. It was actually hidden around the back of some garages, around the back of a building.
They were scanning the area to look around, but he said he just saw a bit of number plate having been covered up by a sheet. It had taken them to within 5 feet. When I got the text message to say, don't worry, don't panic, we've got the bike, I mean, it was literally just the best thing. My bike was stolen and I had it back within 2 hours.
Next time, he wasn't so careless and chained up the bike in a garage. But sometime later, the tracker was called into action once more.
I had my bike at home, I had it in the garage. I was just watching TV and I saw a text saying that your bike had moved. I thought, oh, I'll quickly go out and check. So I went out and checked and it was still there. I thought, oh, maybe, don't know why, but anyway, it's fine. I came back inside, and then a couple of hours later, I was just going to bed, and it had gone off again. I thought, do I bother going again? Yeah, I will, I'll go. Went out, in the garage, unlocked, and the bike had gone. Could not believe it. And the chain had gone as well. Thought, oh no, it's happened again. Went onto the phone, logged in, found out exactly where it was, phoned the police. I gave them the coordinates and I said, I'll meet you there. Police did say, do not go anywhere near where you think the bike is until we get there. And I did, I absolutely understood that. You don't know what these people are going to be like. I drove to the site and it was down an alleyway of garages. Met the police there, and we were both looking on the map, and we're just saying, now it's either that garage or that garage. Luckily, there were some tiles loose, and the officer just climbed up to have a look in, and he could see that the bike was in there. And also, luckily, the garage door was open as well, so they were able to go in. It was a really thrilling moment for me. I was just utterly relieved that it had worked for a second time. I mean, you spend £350 on a tracker, but effectively it saved me over £10,000. You got one chance, and it's this tracker, and then it's worked.